You are watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. I'm Alex Perez in Southern California.
I am Mike Morales in the sweltering San Antonio in November. By the way, Alex, yeah, it's November. It's sweltering. You're wearing a sweater and you're in California, so
Actually, it's cooled down, but it was a pretty warm week too. It's been
well,
warm.
you were still getting California was still getting the Santa Anas, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there were some fires going on too. It's like I'm telling you,
Crazy stuff.
California has three seasons: fire, flood, and earthquake.
Yeah.
That's it. Um, Alex, tonight I'm very, very excited. I have been hoarding these tequilas because we were on the road in from July until just recently in October, and you're probably watching this somewhere in November, early December. But this tequila is exciting. It's called Califino.
Califino.
See what they did there? Califino, here we come. They have this old mission style, you know, Spanish mission
Nice.
look to it, and it's we nominated for Brands of Promise nominee in the packaging category.
Here's a
They have,
rebel. Here's a.
yeah, they have the green twine on the añejo. First of all, Alex, I gotta say, look how dark this añejo looks.
It is dark. And they're saying it is 24 to 36 months in American oak. This is the Anejo, excuse me. Yeah, it is pretty dark.
You're right. It does have the agave on the cork.
Yeah,
It's real cork, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't even look like a hybrid. It looks like real cork. um, I'm going to use my Stossel Jarrito for that I usually use for mezcal, and I think Alex has this handy dandy Glencairn.
my Glencairn.
Your Glencairn, and now we loved the nose and the flavor profile of the reposado. It's big, it's bold, it's beefy. Whoa.
Their color.
Yeah. It's now the añejo, the reposado was aged 12 months, which is old for a repo because it only has to be, between 8 and 12.
I never
They went
12-month-old reposado.
Yeah, well, what is it, 2 to 6, 4 to 6, 6 to 8? They must have gone like 364 days before they pulled it out and, had to call it something else. Wow, holy cow, man. Now, this is more like those extra añejos that you and I have had. It's more the dried fruit as opposed to the ripening fruit.
Wow, that's
What a bold nose. Holy cow.
ooh, beautiful wood notes right on the top. So
And
this is white oak.
it's sweet wood too. It's a sweet on the nose. Like you mentioned baking spices in the reposado. This one's baking spices from a hot oven. It's just coming at you, man.
Oh, it's beautiful. You got fruit coming out, the dried fruit, vanilla. Those the baking spices.
Yeah. Now on the tongue, on the palate, right at mid palate, there was that explosion, and then the finish was a lingering finish with some cinnamon on the back end.
Wow, what a beautiful nose.
Yeah. Holy cow. Can you believe now these folks follow them on it's califino.com. It's actually califinotequila.com. If you look at their website, they actually have lots of cocktails, a lot of signature cocktails. They're even making cocktails with this añejo, which just from the nose, I'm thinking that's a sacrilege. But you would, and you're the cocktail guy, so
fashion.
Would you do stuff with this?
Sure. You can experiment with a whole bunch of stuff now.
Wow. What a beautiful nose. That's just gorgeous. Wow.
Well, I'm diving in.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
Oh, that retro nasal's fantastic. Wow. That just comes right back up and goes, hey.
Yeah, I totally coated my usually you need a little effort to get it through.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, it's just
right through my nose.
yeah, and I'm not, that's not a bad thing, folks. You'll hear us clearing our throat a lot, and we call that a retronasal. We're trying to revisit the flavors and some of the aromas that we got in the initial pass before we swallowed, and they're really amplified, Alex. There's almost like I want to call it like a bitter chocolate or maybe a little bit of tobacco just on the back of the palate, along with more cinnamon.
I'm getting
Really
better.
got that cinnamon explosion on there.
Wow. Totally coated my palate too.
Yeah, but not in a cloying way. And that was the thing that I was worried about when I saw these when we first unwrapped them. I'm thinking to myself, well, only briefly, I've never had it, hoping that it wouldn't be, when you see tequilas with this kind of aging and coloring, I'm almost gun shy now because of so many of them are so sweet now and cloying and artificially sweetened that you're almost, at least I'm almost afraid to try stuff that's this dark. I mean,
True. No, I agree. I agree.
pretty dark. We've been disappointed before, you and I, with some of these that have been really dark, and then you go, where's this coming from? Wow, there's a nice even vanilla right through the center of this.
Now I get a little coat on the palate on the entry. Don't know if that's coming from the wood or if that's maybe an additive. I don't know if you get the same thing.
Is it sticking to your palate? Because I'm not getting that.
Yeah, it's getting on my tongue.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. It's just I don't know if it's natural or if it's something that's been added.
Maybe it's the glycerin.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, sometimes that's standard operating procedure. Some people like it, some people don't like it.
Mm.
I'm I'm kind of a pacifist. I can like it. I can do without it. But it doesn't. It's not. Again, I'm happy that it's not cloying. I'm happy that I'm getting. Yeah, you're right. There's an taste on the palate, and that's either coming from the wood or the glycerin. But what I'm getting is I'm getting the wood notes. It's just staying with you.
In the retro, I'm getting almost like a. It's something in the wood. I can't put my.
Well, is it a char? Is it like
probably like a char?
Remember, I mentioned that it's almost like a tobacco or a leather.
Leather. There you go.
Or bitter. Like a bitter chocolate instead of, because it lingers on the back of the palate. That's where all the
That's
bitter.
very unique.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in there, but now, would you say that the aroma, the aroma in the nose are on par with the flavor, or does the flavor deliver more? Because I'm getting so many at the beginning. I got so many sweet notes, and then when it went in, in the first pass, it's not as sweet as it smells.
No, and it's dry.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Then that's what I'm tasting. It's dry. I wonder if this is it doesn't say whiskey barrels. I wonder.
No, it just says white oak. American white oak. Typically it's.
I wonder if they're bourbon barrels.
Yeah, there's probably whiskey, some type of whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's dry.
That's what I'm getting.
Dry finish.
Yeah, it's a dry finish. Well, I knew it was a lingering finish. And it's the cinnamon and the hot cinnamon on the back of the palate, and then it turned bitter, like bitter chocolate.
It's good though.
Wow, this is really enjoyable. The MSRP that the folks that made this happen were Gilbert Reyes of Califino, and they're a family-owned brand. There's a whole story behind the family that starts in 1975, and the Anejo is the list price on the Anejo is $58.99. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And
yeah, Old Town has it for $64.99.
See, I gotta say, Alex, I'm gonna. What do you think? Brand Promise nominee in that Anejo category?
Hit me. Yeah.
Hit you.
Yeah, well, most definitely. It's actually pretty unique. I haven't had a retro nasal like that before.
Yeah,
which is another experience. You get the full experience of when you're tasting, and you're actually appreciating the taste. And there's so many taste receptors in the nose. But wow, this is really good.
Yeah, it is. Now it's bold. This is a hearty añejo. So, there are some signature cocktails that they have listed with the añejo. So, if you decide to do that, I personally wouldn't, but that añejo would stand out all day long. You'd have to, I would certainly recommend, and I know Alex doesn't, but if you're into cigars, things like that, a nice cigar, this would be this is a good after dinner tequila. I think it'd be a great, right after dinner, or maybe if you pair it with a sweet dessert, like a flan or something like that.
Oh, it's perfect. That'd be perfect.
Because you got the sweet on one side, and then you got that dry finish on the other, and it's like,
right.
Oh, man,
that's a good compliment.
I think so too. Hey, Brand of Promise nominee. That's Califino Anejo.
Anejo, get yourself some.
Look for them. Wow. They're out of San Diego County, but they're soon going to take over the world. They have their stuff is on point. Their information is thorough. I think I mentioned that they come out of NOM 1468, which is Grupo Tequilero Mexico. That's in Arandas. There's a couple of tequilas. It's a small distillery. There's only maybe a handful of brands that come out of there, but two of them is Alquimia, and the other one is Capena. One is a mainstay favorite, and the other one is a Brand of Promise nominee. So, you go figure. That little distillery can produce some really nice tequilas, and
nice.
So that's our take.
Very good. Nice, from the Luna family. Awesome.
Yes, that's our take on Califino Anejo. Stick with us, though. We're going to show you something really interesting with Califino Extra Anejo. But until then, I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio, and that gentleman out there is
Alex Perez in Southern California. You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, Tequila Aficionado Media. Let us know your thoughts. So please vote or comment or whatever you do on YouTube or any of the other channels.
Subscribe. Hit the red button. You'll bring tears of joy to Alex's face.
Thanks for watching, and as always, sip wisely.